ChatGPT AI has made access to knowledge at the tip of your fingertips. So I asked it to recommend a list of the best books to read. Some were not of my comfort genre, yet I've read them all. What happened next was both cathartic and transformative. ChatGPT AI is like a personal assistant at your beck, and call 24/7. It could recommend you the best book to read from any genre, every time. Have you ever thought how delightful it would be to be able to read every book recommended by this powerful and revolutionary AI technology? I did. And then I decided to put it to the test a few weeks ago and asked for a list of recommendations. It didn't let me down. The list I got was diverse, containing books of different genres and periods. It was a self-given reading challenge that I would read them all. I did, and what an amazing decision it was. I discovered a sea of new things, and it broadened my horizons beyond my expectations. In this video, I am going to inform you about the 10 best books ChatGPT recommended and why I want you to read them too. If you're curious to know what this AI master has to offer, sit tight till the end of this video. If you find this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and share. If you're new to this channel, hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon to never miss an update. Links to the books are given in the description below. Number 10. To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. Let's start with a legend in the history of American story writing, Harper Lee. Her novel, To Kill a Mockingbird, not only reached heights of fame in literary circles but also earned a Pulitzer and raised her to stardom. The book was later turned into an Academy Award-winning film. It's a timeless book that transports the readers to the languorous town of Macomb in southern Alabama. The book talks about an unlikely hero, Atticus Finch. He is a principled lawyer who defends a wrongfully convicted black man of raping a white woman. In these pages, you will learn about the reclusive Boo Radley. He becomes the center of attention when Atticus' children, Scav and Jem, uncover the truth behind the gossip surrounding him. Through the childhood memories of Finch's daughter, the readers learn about the loss of innocence and the harrowing condition of racism in the South. The author called it a simple love story, but it's a tale of empathy, courage, and racial justice that will resonate with you for years. Number 9. Animal Farm by George Orwell. He is rumored to have coined the phrase Cold War in one of his essays in 1945. Orwell is a literary genius with a keen understanding of human behavior. He is famous for his epic pieces Animal Farm and 1984. Animal Farm is an allegorical masterpiece. It describes an animal kingdom where all the animals plot a rebellion against their cruel human farmer, Miss Jones. The leader of this animal uprising is a visionary pig. They overthrow his authoritarian rule and establish a utopian society, the Seven Commandments. It is based on equality and freedom. Orwell uses the characters of two pigs, Napoleon and Snowball, to show how power can corrupt individuals. These two animal rulers turn the egalitarian Animal Farm into tyranny once again. The best part of the narration is that Orwell draws eerie parallels between totalitarianism and oppressive regimes and how the corrupt hijacked revolutions in actual history. If you want to read how power can corrupt and twist principles, get a copy of this epic classic. Number 8. Sapiens by Yuval Noah Harari. He is a renowned scholar and a maestro of different branches of history, including world, medieval, and military. He is a two-time recipient of the Polanski Prize for Creativity and Originality. Professor Harari's Sapiens is his best-selling literary piece, loved by millions of readers. In this groundbreaking text, Professor Harari forms a compelling picture of human evolution. He gives an intriguing description of the journey of early humans to becoming a dominant species, we humans of today. He argues that the early humans were superhumans, both mentally and physically. They had a more rewarding lifestyle than we could possibly imagine. The reason for their better mental and physical health was the intake of a multi-nutrient diet. Then comes the twist, the glorified agricultural revolution. Despite being praised by many, it contains a darker side. It robbed humans of a diverse menu and condemned them to single-crop diets. This over-reliance on one particular crop often resulted in famines. Sadly, it has taken away the joys of foraging and economic security. His arguments may seem bizarre, but they are thought-provoking. If you want to learn about your ancestors' extraordinary past, read this book. Number 7. Daring Greatly by Brené Brown. If you have listened to the intriguing podcast on shame and vulnerability, you will immediately recognize Brené Brown. Daring Greatly is a manifestation of her wisdom and understanding. She has poured her 2 decades of knowledge on vulnerability, shame, bravery, and empathy into this brilliant book. This transformative book examines the impact of vulnerability. Within the pages of this book, Dar Brown urges her readers to embrace their whole beings. What she means by that is to accept ourselves with all our flaws and honor our strengths. She gives a surprising and rejuvenating perspective on vulnerability. Contrary to popular belief, it isn't a sign of weakness. It's a symbol of courage. Her groundbreaking theory highlights the inseparable connection between shame and vulnerability. It needs Herculean courage to be vulnerable. Only then do we break the choking hold of shame and welcome our true selves. Do you want to learn the power of genuineness and hug your vulnerabilities? The shortcut is daring greatly. Number 6. Mindset. The New Psychology of Success by Carol S. Dweck. It is time to meet an acclaimed psychologist hailing from Stanford University. Carol has dedicated over 40 years of her career to uncovering the puzzling power of the human mindset. She jotted down those discoveries in her groundbreaking gem, Mindset, The New Psychology of Success. Within these pages, you find a revelation that could redesign your destiny, the supreme impact of your mindset. She describes a contrasting attitude that explains our journey, a fixed and a growth mindset. Folks with fixed perspectives see their abilities as well established. There's 0% room for improvement. They give up at the first sign of any hardship. Then come their polar opposites, the champions of growth temperament. They live in a world where improvement has no boundary, always thriving amid setbacks and adversities. They show this attitude in every facet of their lives. Anyone from any background or age can nurture a growth mindset. So, what are you waiting for? Carol beckons you to join the team and begin your journey towards a rewarding life. Number 5. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. The next we have is another literary genius considered a legend in personal success literature. Napoleon Hill spent 2 decades interviewing more than 500 successful figures, including Thomas Edison, Henry Ford, and Andrew Carnegie. He purified their wisdom and converted it into 13 principles of success discussed in Think and Grow Rich. It is one of the most inspiring and influential self-help books you will ever read. The book promises the simplest and most effective ways to create a world where your dreams can become a reality. According to Hill, the first step to accomplishing success is to have an unwavering and consuming desire for it. It should be powerful enough to keep you driving even in the face of challenges. He underscores the importance of unshakable belief in action. More importantly, he teaches you how to acquire those to achieve great things through practical advice and inspiring stories. If you want to learn how to achieve your wildest dreams, then buy a copy of Think and Grow Rich today. Number 4. Becoming by Michelle Obama. This one is a compelling autobiography by the former First Lady of the USA, Michelle Obama. She is a Harvard Law School graduate and was a practicing lawyer before becoming the First Lady. Her candid way of narration makes becoming a delightful read. In this memoir, she invites readers to relive her life experiences with her, from childhood to the years living as an executive. You will be surprised to learn that she grew up in a poor neighborhood in Chicago. Through sheer will and perseverance, she faced misfortunes and became an accomplished lawyer. She allows the readers to have intimate glimpses into her time in the White House alongside her husband, former President Barack Obama. That part of the book shares the joys and pressures she faced as the First Lady. Her memoir motivates readers to cherish their authenticity and embrace it. Her words compel them to learn the power of their own voices and find ways to create a positive change in their communities. If you want to learn how to overcome hardships and pursue your passions, I recommend Becoming. Number 3. The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. He is considered a legend in American literature. F. Scott Fitzgerald's short stories and novels allow the readers to delve into the depths of human cravings and debaucheries of the jazz era in the United States. That's why he is often credited with christening the expression Jazz Age. The Great Gatsby is his iconic work that truthfully portrays the intoxicating society of the Jazz Age in the 1920s. His words cast a spell on the readers and immediately transport them to the neighborhood of Nick Carraway. He is a curious and observant person who resides in a rented house next to the mansion of the mysterious and charismatic J. Gatsby. His reclusive personality intrigues Nick. The core feature of the tale is Mr. Gatsby's unrestrained love for his enchanting Daisy. Their whirlwind affair immerses you in the world of glamour, romance, and lavish parties. But be prepared because it's a tale of the heartbreak of poor Gatsby that will break your heart in return. It's a timeless classic, nonetheless, that you shouldn't miss. Number 2. The Catcher in the Rye by J.D. Salinger. Now we have reached creme de la creme. G. Salinger is a literary enigma. He penned this iconic literary gem, The Catcher in the Rye, and disappeared into the shadows after its immense popularity. You are immersed in the life of Holden Caulfield in this epic coming-of-age narration. Holden is a disappointed teen kid who has had enough of the mindlessness and hypocrisy of the adult world. What makes this book unique and entertaining is Holden himself. He is an unconventional, complex, and flawed hero. That makes him the most distinguishing, unforgettable, and relatable character in literature. Holden's misadventures in the chaotic streets of Manhattan give a raw account of adolescent confusion. The way Salinger peels layer after layer of teenage anxiety is worth applauding. So if you want to swing back and forth between merriment and heartache, The Catcher in the Rye calls you to buy and read it. Number 1. Educated by Tara Westover. The last one is a masterpiece of nonfiction written by a woman who didn't attend school till she turned 17. Yet she is a PhD holder from Cambridge University. She received worldwide acknowledgement for her inspirational memoir, Educated. You may have read many great biographies, but this is by far the best you will ever read in nonfiction. It offers a gripping account of Tara's extraordinary life journey. The trek from isolation and ignorance to knowledge and achievement is both touching and inspirational. Tara was raised in the mountains of Idaho, far from mainstream society. Her father worked in a junkyard and was strictly against hospitals. So she never saw any doctor or nurse, not even for the worst gashes, concussions, or burns. Only herbal treatments were allowed. She had no access to school or books, but her thirst for knowledge compelled her to attend college. From there, her trip to self-discovery and enlightenment began. Tara's life story inspires readers not to let unfavorable circumstances keep them from unlocking their true potential. Read this gem without further delay. If you are looking for the next reading challenge, I advise you to read every book recommended by the revolutionary ChatGPT. It won't fail you. Whether it's a work of fiction or nonfiction, I am sure you will find something captivating on the list to enjoy. If the video helped you find the next book you are going to read, then like and share this video. Let me know in comment section on what type of books I should cover in my next video. Also, if you read one of the books mentioned in this video, share your review or thoughts with us. Subscribe this channel for more such awesome videos. Thanks for watching.